The abandoned school was packed with parents. On the old TV screen, videos showing their children being brutally murdered were playing, yet the parents looked relieved because the killer had finally been caught. But as they continued watching their children being tortured to death, their bottled-up rage finally exploded. Some parents were in so much pain that they couldn't even cry. Some were shaking with fury, slamming desks over and over just to vent. One parent was so overwhelmed that he fainted on the spot. At this point, they had already imagined 100 different ways to kill the monster who took the ransom money and still murdered their children. They all agreed they would deal with this demon themselves. They put on disposable raincoats, each grabbed their own tool, and drew lots to decide the order. One parent noticed the man next to him only had a small wooden stick. He offered, "You can borrow my knife when it's your turn." But unexpectedly, the man quietly slid an axe head onto the end of the stick. Inside, the killer still tried to resist. When the first parent confronted him, the killer even dared to make excuses. As the door slowly opened again, the first parent staggered out, completely drained. The second and third families chose to go in together, as if only by doing so could they make this monster feel 4 times the pain. Hearing the screams coming from inside, the fourth parent rushed forward with an axe, ready to end the killer's life, but his daughter held him back. The last parent was an elderly woman. She wasn't wearing a raincoat. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't out of control. She simply stared at the killer with a cold, emotionless gaze. Then she took the pair of scissors her granddaughter once used and ended the demon's life herself. After they cleaned up the gruesome scene, the parents gathered for a group photo, not to celebrate, but to ensure no one would report the incident later. They then hiked deep into the mountains, dug a large pit, and buried the murderer there. Finally, they went to a cake shop and placed a blood-red cake on the table. Each parent received a small slice. After they finished eating, they all sang a birthday song for the children watching from heaven.